Imagine waking up next to someone you thought you knew, your protector, your husband, even a federal agent. Then, one ordinary morning, your world flips. The SWAT team bursts through your front door, guns drawn, yelling your husband's name, not as an agent, but as a fugitive. This is the true story of how one woman's dream life unraveled in an instant, and the man she loved turned out to be living a lie far darker than she ever imagined. To neighbors, friends, and even his wife, David Stone was a dedicated FBI field operative. He dressed the part, black suits, crisp white shirts, tactical gear. He claimed to be working undercover, always off to classified briefings, sometimes gone for days. He even had fake credentials and badges he'd flash with authority. He told his wife, Rachel, that they had to move frequently because of threats tied to his cases. She didn't question it. He always seemed on edge, always alert, always secretive. And Rachel? She loved him. She was proud of the man she believed was out risking his life for the country. But in truth, David wasn't protecting national security. He was hiding from it. Over time, Rachel began noticing oddities. David always paid in cash. They had no joint bank account. He discouraged her from working or asking too many questions. She was isolated from friends, from her family, from the outside world. Still, she trusted him. Until one night, when she found something she couldn't ignore, a locked duffel bag in their garage, hidden under insulation and behind shelves. Inside, multiple IDs with different names, burner phones, a Glock, stacks of cash, and what looked like a hit list. Shaken, Rachel confronted him. David snapped. He told her that if she ever opened that bag again or told anyone, she'd be putting her life, and theirs, in danger. She believed him. She was terrified, but she didn't leave. The truth exploded one spring morning at 5:43 a.m. Red and blue lights painted the suburban walls as a voice echoed from a bullhorn. David Stone, come out with your hands up. Rachel thought it was a mistake. She rushed to the window and froze as armed agents stormed the lawn. Within seconds, the door shattered. SWAT operatives burst into the home. Rachel was thrown to the ground, handcuffed, screaming, confused. David? He was calm. He surrendered, almost like he expected it. The real name wasn't David Stone. It was Calvin Ross, a con man wanted in 3 states. He wasn't an FBI agent. He was a master manipulator who'd stolen over $1.8 million through fake government contracts, romance scams, and identity fraud. The fake FBI career? Just one of several personas he used to gain trust and access. Calvin had posed as a military officer, a cybersecurity contractor, even a DEA informant. His rap sheet went back 2 decades, buried under fake names, forged documents, and sealed records. He'd left behind at least 4 other women who believed they were married to him. Rachel was just the latest. In the following weeks, Rachel's world collapsed. Friends and family admitted they'd always had doubts. Strangers accused her of being involved. Media outlets called her the FBI wife who didn't know. But she wasn't complicit. She was a victim of psychological manipulation and isolation. In interviews later, she said, "He didn't just fake who he was, he rewrote who I was. I became someone I didn't recognize, someone afraid to ask questions." Calvin Ross was eventually sentenced to 22 years in federal prison for fraud, impersonation of a federal agent, and identity theft. And Rachel? She rebuilt from scratch. She started sharing her story, not to relive the trauma, but to warn others about how deeply deception can be embedded in love. The haunting truth is, people aren't always who they say they are. Sometimes the greatest danger isn't the stranger in the shadows. It's the person sleeping next to you. Subscribe to Dark Truth Dispatch for more stories that challenge what we think we know and reveal the chilling realities hidden in plain sight.